sɛ mo yɛ neutral ewo US for instance mu no omo NTA ewo hon mama dodo na de sobo no foreign affairs ministry and foreign affairs minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa and say President Donald Trump a list of 75 countries aba omo apply visa say dem di kind for permanent stay any long stay ewo United States of America no omo ahoti omo process no omo atwe asensen kakra omo say the State Department no edi ntiremu aba say omo person omo twen so kakra na omo review process ne procedures na omo from edi apply sa particular visa no ewo honom enti dodo na edi omo arekosem a yembefa na sa ato omo no omo akasa edi afa ho ni na say President Donald Trump so or the abetu edwa say na ban a waba sese no obe make sure say the affairs of the US almost citizenry no enu ene here omo enti omo ma ba omo ene US citizens no omo ko me van say welfare ho any some kind of public enema omu nyinya no or the abetu dwa say omo mpene ema sa nema no enkoso ewo ho enti sese ene de about 75 countries na ye de aba Ghana eka ho bi abaye asemo a lot of people are talking about it. Now, says here 21st January, and a Sunday man we in ebe shase enti by 21st January more immigrant visas for foreigners or musiki to live in the United States but not for short term or more visit for long term no mo nyina mo visa no ya pause mo apply ni nyina ya pause. Now, Trump administration no omo start here omo now more limited immigration for many countries. Wednesday and I said announcement the buy no na say yes indeed. One Ghana who bet sure almost some other countries or South America any African countries do na ka ho uko Asia so a enkodo do na e ka ho list no na e work mo screens no so no say the Trump administration won't process immigrant visas from these 75 nations. And it's a long list of countries. See idea. Abeto just say who apply a immigrant visa. Now we foreigners no. Beginning January 21st. Mo mason ebetimi ayeshe wo honom. Enti mo a mo de no egu so a ye processing na by January 21st. Ye be hote na omo make sure so mo ebe review process ni procedures ni nyina e go through e wo honom. It's way any countries ni be Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, Antigua, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bahamas, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belarus, Cameroon, African countries ni be Cameroon, Cape Verde, omu Cote d'Ivoire, so the Gambia, omu so Egypt, and so Eritrea, munina womo akoye asem Ghana so ye ho abetire and do now they were talking about the fact that in can list be said here and can Ghana phone people are relating it to Nancy how we were talking about Venezuela invasion US omo eko invade hokochi omo president say Ghana ye di anokoto mu no a lot of people think and omo feel say ni nyina ka ho bi and a list e ba ye de Ghana ababa be ka ho akwakoye asem ewo honom 80 years sa list yen so abai na dodo na kasa fa ho say World Cup bawo na World Cup mama ye be call World Cup ni ade ye nyina ye ka ho bia na e be to dwa say this won't be applied to a temporary workers mo amoko ho akwakoye adwuma temporarily affect mo amoko for tourism students amoko ho so mo hu so kakra e wo ho affect mo but then those who are applying for immigrant visas mo be se mutu kotena ho ankasa no mo na ye de abeto dwa say be affect mo kakra e wo ho no na say the medical kan no ye say mo amoji welfare any public benefits because me apply near the visa no e de ma na obeye a citizen and so unya permanent stay in United States a lot of public men can say public benefits any welfare do na na eko e de ma enti President Donald Trump sa enkronkro enchiremu e ba na kire say onya economic benefits bia emfamfiri mu ho enti onhwe ma mo citizens emma na mo enjoy o mo kakra o mo so enya wo ho no enti o mo make sure say o mo be review na impose here the bema there are some benefits in as much as say ukuta sa particular visa no benefits are also nka wo enjoy no yenya emfa ma enti we abaya asema magana for do na omo any enje ho o ma start ebo president president Mahama omo bo na chi se onhwe no ne foreign affairs ministry no omo hwe no omo nka asem no na yehu how best Ghana enso yebetimi eyi ho e free saade we bi nyina enim say visa ban na ba first no na Ghana count ye free mu we so another one aba Ghana e can list ne ho nti ye hwe say foreign affairs ministry amicably on betimi enya diplomatic talks bi ama yetimi yi Ghana for e di omo e free mu because yes do na na gu ahobo so a omo apply or even omo kra on be call work up ikra na bi ma yo madwen say omo ko betimi aye U10 no ma hwe say on betimi apply service ani bi nka on betimi enya permanent stay and as a long stay in United States of America enti we aba say no one shocking news Ghana for do na how mo na omo e blame aban no foreign affairs ministry na ye call NBC news omo e a long statement and as a long post on this particular update the mamono omo e de abeto nti we'll go through and then let you know what is really happening, what is really going on na ye de no so amamo say the Trump administration is suspending immigrant visa proceedings processing for 75 countries. That is what the State Department the pause begins January 21, specifically applies to U.S. immigrant visas for foreigners seeking to live in the United States, but not for short-term visas for those visiting as temporary workers, students, or tourists, including World Cup-related visas. These people are exempted from this particular halt of visa processing. No? Also, the Trump administration had already moved to limit immigration from many of the countries included in the Wednesday's announcement. The State Department claimed the immigrants from other countries on the list take welfare from the American people at unacceptable rates. Most visa holders face limits in what kind of public benefits they can receive. For example, most green card holders are subject to a 5-year waiting period for the food stamps, non-emergency, medic aid, and then the children's health insurance program CHIP. Anyway, and some of the benefits are more enjoy any welfare or more enjoy. And President Donald Trump say or holding on with a year. Most of the immigrant visas are it's still under process. Process or the almost so to swam as a CAD or more ahotic kakra. This is what is coming up. And quickly, we want to go through and see a near Ghana for Beshre. Ghana for Beshre, even say ye be to no mo say nya service na enema omo Beshre enema mbeso mu yifrim no ye bebo so de amam one after the other we every Washington DC omo so confirm nsem a ye de ema mo sesi no say the Trump administration is halting immigrant visa processing from people from 75 countries, the latest effort by officials to restrict legal immigration pathways. And also say list now share a second picture no countries affected by Trump administration visa pause. A second country, in the very first country, Ghana, Ghana, now Grenada and Guatemala. It's Ghana, Pampia, and no ama a lot of Ghanaians are calling for a foreign affairs ministry. Say, because you need the next mover, a bit me abba, maybe so. A lot of people are also talking about the fact that EU countries no do any. Because people were talking about say US in share economic benefits be Ghana hunting and near sano and I say ye cassette ya move some ye but people were saying the EU for also countries do they speak against the United States or moves, but then we don't see them in the list. Way and no any Ghanaians do na mokasa about this particular update. Normally you will never find Ghana in such a list. But Ablakwa, Honorable, the attention seeker Adaruma, this is a blow to all those hoping to immigrate as permanent residents and etc. Enti eno ena make se Ghana for do na omode omonsem aba afa sa particular update ayede mamu ichire se omuhu ne se foreign affairs ministry ene aban no omo anya de wo hono ma omode omano ekoto US for sense mu ama se lista eba yan ka normally because visa ban cry yan ka ho na processing and no Ghana can normally the Ghanaian citizenry no who say the Ghana be cancel list we but the updates coming in from the Washington, coming in from President Donald Trump is saying yes, 75 countries no Ghana ka ho akoye asem kese a lot of people are talking about it. Yes, so who so now you send a message say you hot no and I say you twa sen kakra na what you say because Donald Trump or say people were like they are just trying to say any more who so cross over US honor because they are saying the also ama ice for someone power yes citizen will be or yes citizen or US home no two man ko kan wo honum na ufri Africa wako pemu ho waso ebetimi ayese. So this is the updates coming in from Washington DC, President Donald Trump and the United States of America. Ye twa so na ye the updates no e de abremo ye beba na yasa aba Ghana. All right, I will say hi, Pinax TV. We have a lot of updates today. Bromosis here quickly. Nyanko Ghana Police Service na nsem every hall, but any say, and go for me and son and a Ghana Police Service. There to just say almost a suspects are or more any day mobile phone snatching and omo edi hujuma. See nyame Ghana Police Service. Omo ensa account ewo honom omo edi mobile phone snatching hujuma enti omo the taxi and edi sa omo juma enti on your screens conform ensa omo suspect omo juma di anes omo the taxi no omo the mobile phones any other valuable items account ho ewo honom na suspects omo edi Ghana Police Service omo ede ebaye Sasu Lawrence ono yesa afre no agbe and Richard Osei and Charles Kofinti ono so his AKA survivor omo they were arrested Ghana Police Service on 12 January 2026 and yechi omo following an intelligence ye break the Ghana Police Service omo di echi ekokoche yes anko for me saying Charles Kofinti, Sasu Lawrence and Richard Osei omo jumedia say be kind omo the mobile phones and as omo the taxi and a snatch mobile phones Ghana Police Service omo ash omo sapomu so pass criminals omo Ghana ha omo bedi hujuma no machi omo and omo screens and this is a release from Ghana Police Service. I know the whole screens national or say yes or say police arrest 3 suspects over taxi phone snatching syndicates. The Ghana Police Service has arrested 3 suspects for their involvement in a syndicate that uses taxi cabs to steal mobile phones and other valuables from unsuspecting victims. There is omudia no Ghana Police Service omo ensa aka omo enti said you bubo omudi no nipa miensa omudi taxi no so omudi sayeduma no taxi number no wo GW 6612-25 and wo ho no say police investigations further reveal that when a victim, mostly women, boards the taxi, the suspects deliberately lock the doors to make it difficult for the victim to alight. Enti say taxi no am de nam krom enti uti anya ye so ko gina omo na from taxi na ye say omo ebe fa no mo fa no omo make sure so be lock taxi no untimi nsi enti se baby aso omo fa onko no ube so ma divert nye ho enye sa kwan so no omo nam enti ube wa so obe so si ube den untimi nsi also while the victim attempts to open the door, the suspect seated at the back pretends to assist and allegedly steals the victim's mobile phone or wallet. And there are other ones they divert a route, and there are other ones as well. But ultimately, and before you realize, mami so munebie, and you don't send any support to a then we be no. Then so omo afa ho omo edi area wonti yen full release Ghana Police Service omo edi buy no say So yet was also the suspects identified as Sasu Lawrence and also known as Agbe Richard Osei and Charles Kofinti, also known as Survivor, were arrested on 12 January 2026 following an intelligence-led operation. So see, preliminary investigations, preliminary investigations indicate that the suspects operate mainly in the early hours of the day, posing as taxi drivers in search of passengers. Two of the suspects sit in the front seats of the vehicle, while one positions himself at the back seat. Yes, and see, Bako, and as a menu, omuti driver and a passenger, our not front seat passenger seat nemu. Na Bako so atena actually, eti Bako no ati train na be boa mpo amobie car door no afa ho no de area. Police investigations further reveal that that when a victim, mostly women, boards the taxi, the suspect deliberately locks the car or more a tomb. Na what breso betimi abi ndia or poan abi na omoro. So the suspects are currently in police custody, assisting investigations while efforts are underway to identify and arrest persons who receive and trade in a stolen items into way Ghana Police Service a lot of people are talking about it. Say they are victims currently you say so benya car movie from ofie akọ baabi akwa din e wo hono makoye nsempii e wo hono ma a very big caution and a Ghana Police Service de ema yense mo be hwe bu ye na enye car bia na e wo se ofro e wo hono and yes. This is from the Ghana Police Service. Omode kokobonzo so aba nyame adom omo etimi ache sankofo miensen ya omo snatch amanfo phones any omo niema valuable items so be for car na nke bi mu de kra ne se omunya lock car na it is a kidnap enjo ma kidnap wo mo de ko ba wo mu de ne de omo kidnap wo uti car no mu bi ayaye boa ama wa bie car door no asi wani bete no anasa obesi form a omubetu car ne bekono na woni ema ayira before wani beba ho so no aka say yes taxi a ofu ye eno na ama we nyina ba betu so on your screen say your taxi driver no she number ne nso na say bibi say ekopie anasa okogina taxi bi na hu se ne ma bi say ekoso a na wa very vigilant making sure say wa ngasa obetimi abon ho so na wabie wo car so this is the update. Ghana Police Service on your screens. One of the victims or check honum or car or more yacho miensanu ho ebi enti obehwe uhu ye ebi mu kiremu na just almost start ye almost start yache pa honoma se na omo cap anazo omo kruwa ayema o Ghana Police Service omo achi omo se de abeye one kese ene jesem de ama omo victims hoping say omo ebetimi lead omo to I mean omo di mobile phones ne valuables ne hujuma di hu dwano because omo ewia mobile phones na omo call no makoton de ama other people na omo so akoton we bi wani beti say omo iPhone abeso track here when you better na akopiem senye PREZ na akopiem e tiptoe lane na ya say amanfo twa e wo honum and yes police omugu so investigations omusa be ka omo any omu trade no na me kai will say yes sesi ya ubenya car edi akoba bi any ade akoya asemfo for people have started talking about transport ministry say omodwuma omu di na me say so wo ho eje also omo ba omo ho so na omo boa na transportation e wo Ghana ha ye betimi aso ano ebi start ye introduce buses ne ade John Dumelo e wo ayawa so ye hu se no boa wo hyashi enti wo be hwe ho ye enye bia na also ofro hwe ho ye na in as much as open can tentem no one kofro car enye. Going on with the updates here, Court National Service Secretariat almost scandal it was a gift to a worry a mensa and some others are or more upon some you know abayan sem bebre amount for was engineer must say to me koso our national service one of my yet me creating ghost names after see creating ghost names in impo you know or more directors or NSS hono as a creative job at the more one gasa who say or more consultants a boom so or more ebeye adwuma with NSS as NGOs also still nana sikafa baby na ye de more as aketua ewo ho na new updates are a free court eba and it say the council for a gift your Mensa, Mrs. Gift your Mensa, former NSS or more boss directors nibino or the betu just enka proceedings are air course on court on Monto Mobuase. Because I say the process has been expedited in such a way, as a Niemano Dimrika. This is exactly what Ghanaians expected. Says a BBC Eba. Yebe say what me SPDR process no ama yenya results. Justice has been served. Ghana for sika baby akodi anenye no yetimi age ade abre Ghana for back. Enti eno ho nsem no mo de kodan court ma court. See on your screens. HS said the NSS scandal. Judge rejects plea by Gift Yowari Mensa's counsel to slow down proceedings. Trial starts on 22nd January 2026. Intinase see no bibia ni ho a ebetimi apoa ama o ma slow down proceedings no because Ghana for age adwa o be so mu say yes omo a omo efa Ghana sika konbone so no yes justice has been served ama sika no baby afa anase baby akoni bia no yensa aka yesika na emu say yes sa na yensa nka yesika omo a omudi san ensemone no ye de omo ebeto afiase na ya twe omo so se de be ya be yense na ho e de ama other people a omo enso eni akire enkodi sa adwuman ebio ewo. So this is the update a free the National Service Secretariat scandal a course so aban a etwam kono scandal a course so a ye de nsem na kodan court asese or proceedings near the abeto dwa ewo screens ne so e kire se 22nd and NSS scandal no proceedings no trial na kasase e be court na yakwa kan docket mununu nsem na ya cross examination na ya bisa nsem ne hu asem no fire by no ye be start 22nd of January ewo honom enti we NSS scandal akoso a se update from the court. Judges no omo nsem am de question ka ye slow down no ye ntimi slow down because time si wo Ghana ha se aban ba ko ne se nsem sisi ne yes ye hwehwemu a na ebi mu aseda slow down ye hia evidence wey emma ye hia wey emma na ebi mu start omo slow process proceedings ne down as a process investigations no preliminary investigations aye no na omo slow ne down said the be metimi buy time. They just want to buy time so they will be able to extend the proceedings. You let me ask now, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, not 4 years. A buying crab at me as a aban for ba not just say omo ya bon sem no atwogu honum enti we ni niema a lot of Ghanaians were talking about say e was NDC omo ba aban mu a omo start say omo de court nsensem edi dwuma no omo hwa no omo hwe say nsem no omo be speed process no na enye say ye de beto ye nkomra we kwa ba ye nkomra ye nkofa we mra na ma slow down process no na aban ko fofo be ba no ma be bon sem ni nyina atwogu na say the efforts ni nyina akọ waste enti we ene nsem a free a court hono media basis a judge no obon sem na gu 22nd January 2026 yes start proceedings no ewo honum ama NSS scandal no ye be hu sese a cross examinations ne ade be start wo court na ye hu asem no pumasi brebe be de be kwa kowie ewo honum. So this is coming from the court ye to so ewo hono the updates no e de apromo a ye ko papa shi atepa ye kone side se say dey or say atepa ne sa anyum na obobo eni nyina on person bia be bio na mom new update if we na catch eba Ghana for do na start bonachi because last weekend you who say ye ma me akosia se wa be piem wo Ghana hana Ghana for start kasa or wa send a strong warning e dey ama papa shi because someone say say eba ne say na papa yi asa yenim say that the lumba na ye wadam for pa woni ne kona kra na odi beto yenim say na oni ne bokosu atafri nyina na sisi e de wi a wodo hu etetare ye ma me akoso asewa no Ghana for do na de warning akọ e de akọma eye papa shi so onhwe ne hu yie na se oya for le ma me na ontwi break enti e beko na akotie Ghana for do no ensem a omo e de to papa shi ani because omo nti ase se ma me ni gina ne campaign card no so okay ye campaign ojina ne car ne so na papa shi nsusu gina nchen the way odi ne ho twitwi maame no ene paakoso court me nka sa hi paakoso ahimfie papa shi di akire bi bia obepiem nkran anase airport na papa shi wo ho ekwan ya papa itimi nsu twa plane ticket omo fly ko pie emu ewo Kumase eno so ye asemfoforo ama omo hu say movement na one maame akoso ase wa ye no omo ani nje hu. A lot of people were also concerned about the kind of advice because do na hu ne say papa shi ene tutu nsem gu ye maame akoso ase wa asomo ama some of the decisions are all taking ebumo nti ase because baby adru no akoye japade asem lady so anase ye maame odopro ni so hwe daddy room baby enti e ba ne say Ghana for the warning more den am papa shi ye nko ne gotie na ye mra sese
papa shi wo de kan okore bi kire o ya fole ama akusu ase wa wo papa shi o ya fole ama maame because the way see di maame na chi papa shi hwe ye na wan si lumba chi o no ye wadamfo heye.
All right, so that is the stern warning now. A lot of people are giving to papa shi trying to say on to the boss no nteti abreak. The you didn't who twitwi ye maame akoso ase wa no. Em say bibi wom. Wo hwemu an em say o ya fole ama no hweye na wansi number echi wo. That is the warning now. Omo ede ama papa shi. A lot of people were also talking about ye maame akoso ase wa. How last weekend or carrying home Ghana has say any idea because some of the things are near costono ebimu hu ne senenka ehu hia say maame no ne saa kompe kwan bi so no nkra ne ho say de be ya support amanfo de ewo ma no omo ebenya keep on this support na ma no in as much as team legal wife ekoshia no ho no omo kasa do na me hu ne say na say omo neutral omo hu ne say de o si carry ne ho over the weekend no na nya ade a omo any eje ho kra wo ho nti a lot of people were not really happy. Yeah, twaso na yakọ the Citizen Ralph ho what in some betudwa last week ye brem update wo ho no mo na kire say okay, so yes, before I call Ralph on yes also hear some of these videos here kosui aha Kumase ye maame kopiem Kumase na ode ensem ekoto pakoso hini anim se onka asem ni bi ma no because update e free hoba no ebi mu hu pe na sebe omoda for we efrahimfie na eba update ni frahimfie na eba enti nyensem a ubetimi ede ahwe ni di na udi adi agro enti aha Kumase unza ye bontwene edidi nachi we pakoso ewo Kumase ben asokore mampon ewe mu honom ho na daddy lumba abusu afie ni bi nso so ewo honom a lot of people are not happy with the way ye mame akoso asewa carry ne ho na wo hwe right on the right hand side of ye mame akoso asewa and also papa shi enti eno na manfo dodo na de warning kese de command yin nanim say latest from pakoso ahemfie ohene no ahye ebusuapanyin to park say omonhwe na omo release body no for match year ye be no enti in as much as say manfo de warning dodo papa shi no warning ni bi so free pakoso ahemfie akọ ebusuapanyin side omo man warning so release body ni minim said the yes no another one do baby a ebetimi asanso de aye match ye na emre ene nkrabia na bekire ewo abusuapanyin to park side enti yes sorry papa shi de isu ye call Citizen ho Citizen Ralph or the some about betudwa ama manfo dodo na enso kasafa ho ene saying or the betudwa say pia okopie mu ewo yesofo adum chaidua okopie mu na asori ho no na enye se onenam keke no so okoho akohwe ade mu otwam na okopie ho na owie na odi tisi team legal wife bo mo bo chenku ekohia ye maame akohia sewa ana omu ni no bom omu ebom meme atwi meme ewo Chrome airport Kumase ne nkran no o kire mo se ono owodwumadi na onte se team legal wife omu ni dwumadi a bebi ano ma bo mo so asori akohia ye maame akohia sewa ne ntie Ralph ni nsem a odi etudwa na yemra sese
You buy court in the old card.
You so call on premises, okay, then.
Move, I depend on my baby. I don't know if I can raise you as long as the camera business.
So now call,
you so call, then
I don't tell you. You buy court in the old card.
You so call on premises, okay, then.
Move, I depend on my baby. I don't know if I can raise you as long as the camera business.
So now call,
you so call, then I'll copy.
That be at the crunchy and the public bear why or the camera business. And Luntina, I solid baby will crew me after 31st night because I didn't tell you. In fact, and Manco, I was actually driving by. Yeah, Manco said, "Yeah, my said, sorry if you say, may call to say, you Tafati said you Ghana phobia ni shea, a Solikobu airport. See, as you be a Walena Wally, Emma Nini Kunejai, Emma Nikuno, Namemfa, the currency, Emma Yakosi, Emma or Bagana. Nani pa, Mamma Fua said you say, will be better send you need to. Baby, or only baby didn't teach you, or baby didn't teach you. January in the renting, I saw Emma Quakuchi from Emma, Freddy, Mamma, and a clear friend down for this. On one and on one of Bosian and a banner rent us. Mid the aso January, or the aso February, will be the best so much. And no, nay, again, dinner. We dare no I could in airport to say, why, team one,
for the love.
For the love.
Yeah, for the love of woman.
For the love of Mamma, you man. And maybe ya talk camera phone. And then see a ya blog and send a baby. I want black a company so what? We almost the table, almost side job, and I'm a boy. Maybe we're almost second, third jobs. By yet, you obey a permanent work. Yana my camera, so be to call eater, or be sissy at eater in some Hubiano, you better because send your baby and nipa besha any like a credit. Now you to me and say your mammy for your fun to one way him, and then your mamma dancing, your name paying for come young Cassanian say, a bad time, a come wobble, a pre or mumma dancing, a suffray, name of your Kuswafre will be save you, coming the Canadians and make a higher public, right? But save you, will be a warrior, one call worry. I don't know, one a bear matter, we just bear my home for whatever years, whatever that happened after 15, 7 years or whatever year. I feel me a player, team Liga, why not? I don't care about Obia Warrior and on young myself. But what I'm saying is, on my way, you know, we pay attention to normal Jimmy because and you know, be done a quad until you be our quiet. Let me trim and I do. I felt like, oh, I saw it now. A man ties to Copai, 1st January 2026 in a 1 year. Metai Copai you. Say, quite no, we would do I say and call in almost diet a coffee village be to look for could see us and Chima. A chill baby. Now, quite no, no post video, no, and that me who's a more post video, yeah. No post that quite a pie time. Now, my crochet.
Yes, nti on ti ase se maame fo mo be babo so na mo pre eye nyuma e de ama mo ma ni ade no mo wasesa mo ho na mo die maame akoso ase wa achi na mo ye team legal wives na team hwan na mo die akire na mo koba na mo twi mo me ebi mo atwi sama mo ni ade eye flags nyina de ma eye maame e wo ho no nti no de on ti ase se omo e ka omo ho bo ma omo ekodi sa adwuma no because na enyuma bebre wo han ko mbetimi aye asa that time almost so mo ho ekodi ye mama akoso ase wa achi no enti ono no de o dwumadi so for dem chedua na so dem okopie no nyese na oni dwumadi na okopie ho otwam na okaisa 1st January ho no okopie ho mpo ede ensem bebre ebre no ma ne car ties ne ade epaye enti wo so japa edigu eye team legal wise for no so se omo enhwe no omo mpa dwuma bi na omo ni because and then some boba positive legal wives for ni bi wo ho a omo aware start shake because ebi mu ja omo ma ho ebi maja omo nyuma ho atoto omo store mu e no msesa omo ho ekodi ye maame akoso asawo achi e ma sa na ma we nyina etimi call so in kuma both kuma say any enkran kuma say pakoso e wo ho no omo kodi akire e bo ho drums ne ade solo ku nyina adi akire e ma mu nyina akotwi bi e wo ho no enti ono na Ralph e de abetu dwa o se ono de ehana pa because on tia say omo esese omo ekodi se adwuma no gya omo fie ewo honom se semre ya adwuma endi Ghana hanka mo bebo aban no echi se nka mo atimi aka mo ho abom se ya na nka mo atikuo a mo de mo ni da so na se bebutaye pote ya mo de atikuo ni se wo penwuma ade amamma se de be ya mo ma be wie school na nyese omo wie school omo titifie dabi omo be wie school na nwuma gu ho a etwen omo beba be ye enti se motimi aka mo obom se tim legal wives na mo de so sebe from a year Ralph mo de so nsem bi se so a ene nka mo nka mo mom empimpuntuo ene nkanko emfa mamma amawo omo ewo ho enti eno ena Ralph ede etu dwa na o kire se yes emfaso bi ni so se ye maame mo ebo aboso ede ekodi maame no echi na emom na sebe se obi afrim na akoya abusu asem a abusu be hu se de ombesi afa na omo aka asem no enti na hu hia se maame mbo aboso ede akwakwa kodi eye ye maame no echi ewo ho enti eno ene nsem a Ralph ede etudwa abra na omo Accra High Court omo bo piano ewo ho because see hu ne se enwuma kra ni ho many a lot of people have started even calling the government saying go regulate phone amount for to see and go so ewo honom enti wey ene nsem a Ralph ede etudwa ewo honom a o kire se ene hu hia se omobo omo hu so ekodi ye maame akoso asewa echi ye trust na the stories na bremo yes the US embassy wo Ghana omo astormy foreign affairs ministry na omo ede ensem ekotudwa wo honom ene foreign affairs ministry ni kodi nkita ho bia na a lot of people were looking out for the outcome of this particular storm for US embassy almost storming foreign affairs ministry hono na foreign affairs minister Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa ede ehun nsem anase ehun update eba betudwa enti ebekoni akwakohwe what really unfolded our foreign affairs ministry ho abra US embassy led by omo acting ambassador owo Ghana ha omo ekohie mu ewo foreign affairs ministry ho semben ene course enti we ena ewo screens ne so no from Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa foreign affairs minister ho ensem ena odi abetudwa no so we'll go through and then we'll read for you enti I'll say, yesterday we conducted a comprehensive assessment of our Ghana-US bilateral relations and agreed on priority areas for cooperation in 2026. Not just 2026, Ghana and the United States of America, the cooperation, the bilateral diplomatic cooperation, no, omubeshem kena. Enti ene afeni e ba be fan kofo dodo na de o free Ghana ha e de o makwa akodi o nsem ti hwe huye because see o strengthen omu biem omo ehemu kena ewo ho. Also the meeting which I hosted at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs also reviewed the significant progress we made in 2025. It is 2025 near me so US Ghana relationship then somewhere so near me so ni nyina no omo review ye omo hwehwe mu ehwe ba bia to sini kakra omo be mienu ye any baby anko ye ni so baby anko ye ombe ni ye ni baby ko ye ni so ombe shemu kena ewo honom. Rolf Olsen led the US team, the acting US ambassador. Rolf Olsen led the US team. And the acting US ambassador ewo Ghana ha Rolf Olsen ono and the US embassy entourage nanim muko PM foreign affairs ministry airport traffic light ho omuko PM ho no ma omuko share foreign affairs minister Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. We welcomed our successful negotiations which exempted Ghana from President Trump's visa sanctions. Ghana will continue to be exempted from visa sanctions and 15,000 visa bonds imposed on other countries. In as much as they are welcoming the news and I say the update from the United States of America, yes, with that anamontua omu etu wo hono etre se omudomase na Ghana will still be exempted still na ebe Ghana for free visa ban and as a visa sanctions any 15,000 yesi betu ato ansani amount visa It is 15,000 to other countries, and Ghana and Ghana will continue to be exempted from this visa bonds that is imposed on other countries. Also, the meeting acknowledged the removal of President Trump's 15% tariff on a wide range of unprocessed and semi-processed agricultural products from Ghana and expressed satisfaction with its implementation thus far. And see, Omo Esanso Eda, President Trump, the 15% tariff, Omo every processed and unprocessed raw materials, free Ghana, Eco United States, no, Omo da Omo ase, says still no, Omo Ghana for free, mono, Omo Eda Omo ase, and welcomed that particular update and so on. Also, the US conveyed another great news, specifically relating to the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGWA. The House of Representatives voted massively on Monday, a vote of 340 to 54 to extend AGWA by 3 years. AGWA provides duty-free access to the U.S. market for eligible sub-Saharan countries and products. We expect a final endorsement by the Senate shortly. This positive development will boost local garment production and create more jobs. So, yes, or the Ebetu just say African Growth and Opportunity Act, and also so no more I extended, or the almost said the House of Reps no or more extended by 3 years. I know about sub-Saharan countries are especially in the local garment production. I best answer create more jobs at the amount Africans, especially the sub-Saharan region. On World Cup 2026 World Cup, I be baso no so omudi no so ehun enkomo. Or see, we were sure that special measures have been put in place to expedite visa applications. This is also expected to address the current delays in securing visa appointments, which we all agreed must be fixed. The U.S. Embassy will address a press conference on these new World Cup visa application initiatives soon. You see, Ghana Hano say Obeko World Cup ni bina open World Cup visa and World Cup and its related visa. They have expedited the process. I just say speed bebem the time or the beji and that's all the benya of visa no. Omo best speed up the process no na aharo ewo honum. And this is an outcome from a U.S. Embassy stormia stormy Foreign Affairs Ministry honum. Also, the United States government has assured that without prejudice, the judicial processes, it will not stand in the way of Ghana as regards the removal of Ken Ofori-Atta and Sedina Tamaklo Ationu, Entina and some United States government assure Ghana for say Ken Ofori-Atta any said Natamaklo, especially on Ken Ofori-Atta's issue, Ghana, they request across more extraditing and finding Ghana. And also, so yeah, dear, or more air will be making sure say they won't stand in the process or more train process na name. And I say, a quiet first so I Ken Ofori-Atta be Pimo Ghana Hano, they won't stand in between the process or making sure say everything will go as planned between the authorities of Ghana and the authorities in the United States of America. Our engagement confirmed recent payments to U.S. companies and the enhanced business climate, which is ideal for stronger Ghana-U.S. trade. I'll see into our engagements, or more engagements, are confirming recent payments on my year to United States companies. I enhance a business climate, an ideal step. About Ghana and then United States of America trade. A new major health corporation will soon be launched. No, say, there's a new corporation, and I say there's a new inkitahudi between Ghana and the US. Omo better than Ghana for any in 2026. In 2026, Ghana will negotiate a bespoke trade agreement with the United States in our mutual benefit. We are impressed with the incredible positive velocity of our Ghana-US bilateral relations. This is coming from the Foreign Affairs Minister, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, because a lot of people were looking out for the meeting between Foreign Affairs Ministry and the United States of America, or more meeting. And on your screens are some of the pictures right after the meeting. So you could see, sir, the team, Ralph Olsen, the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, Foreign Affairs Minister. This is also on your screens, is the setting of the meeting. You could see, say, on the right hand side of the Foreign Affairs Minister is the U.S. delegation, free U.S. Embassy BPM Ghana. On your left side, and so the Ghana Foreign Affairs Ministry in Penny 4 and also at Honoma or more any US for a particular meeting. And good news, especially on the side of Ken Oforiatta, former finance minister. I was here in the back Ghana, good news. The judicial system Ghana has said. Said the U.S. Embassy and they are two Ghana yenim say a bino US no or trying process no trying name on be making sure everything is expedited on betimi a Ken Oforiatta and it said na Tamaklu ationu omuri be PM Ghana ha say enti we any accept and I say and someone a free meeting Ghana Foreign Affairs Ministry or money the United States of America Embassy or more a hold year Foreign Affairs Ministry or more into this is good news Ghana for Ati, especially on the World Cup. US Embassy or Mama Yanyan and CS NCBA on a press conference no match point by point as to a Jane Pote and Omobeye and the Abuam Bess 2026 a World Cup no on the press conference now Omudi Chiremu about how our visa no the process you go through and how they've expedited the process on Sabit account visa and term this is a good news. Free message I say free Foreign Affairs Ministry or meeting or money US Embassy or good news a free ho air banono into ye better so na ye and seminal atwaso edi amhamo. Your brand update on Ghana and Jamaica. For army and I say Asraf why do free Ghana ha ekopim Jamaica. The aftermath of a year hurricane is here Jamaica. President John Dramani Mahama eja US and as a Ghana army oja Asraf no kwan mo free ha kopim Jamaica no. Your brand update United States or more aircraft and a befa Ghana for no edio free ahase Ghana ha edio kopiem Jamaica. Now, what is the update? The update, and who screens in so no. So see, on must start here. They are rebuilding the affected villages and affected areas in Jamaica. And see, on your screens, every or say Ghanaian and Jamaican forces join hands in hurricane recovery efforts. The Ghana Armed Forces Engineering Reconstruction Team, in collaboration with the 1st Engineering Regiment of the Jamaican Defense Force, JDF, has made significant strides in rebuilding homes in Black River and St. Elizabeth, providing much needed relief to communities affected by the recent hurricane in Jamaica. And see, Asra for edu free Ghana ha, edu copy Jamaica no on your screens, and I say, sit down ebi airboard dine so ebi ebubo enuem a carpenter for mason for home omuso omu egu flow enso so ewo edan bi abrosan ebi so single units ni ade ebi enso so I mean omu boa na omu esi. A lot of Kenyans were talking about the fact that Ghana ha ye yamwa bebe empo e de change Jamaica for no and this be say e wo no betimi aya omumwa na housing units e wo Ghana ha shortfalls e wo ha no ka omumwa mpo na nka yensi e wo Ghana ha, but the kind-hearted President John Dramani Mahama in his own benevolence say yɛmfa Ghana for enko no mo kɔboa ɛnim United Nations ɔmo ba nkyɛn no mbɛsrɛ na ɔsɛ ɔkeka ho ɛbaayɛ ma yɛhu sɛ Ghana is one of the top supports ɔmo yɛde asraafoɔ kɔboa United Nations peacekeeping no Ghana yɛka ɔmo a top 5 no yɛka ho bi enti bibi sei ankoye dodo na wɔn na mmom timamufoɔ no deɛ na ɔmo akoma enjo so kra sɛ nneɛma bi sɛ ɛkɔ so but then this is the update wonhu our screens ne so a Ghana asraafoɔ ɛboa ama ɔmo aboa especially in Black River and St. Elizabeth hurricane esi yɛ ɛwɔ Jamaica no ɔmo ɛboa ama ɔmo a rebuild ɛwɔ ɛhɔnom nti wei ɛnso so any updates a yɛde free ɛyɛ the Ghana Armed Forces yɛde ɛbrɛ mo ɛwɔ hɔnom yɛbɛtoa so na yɛde updates no abrɛ mo a yɛkɔ the National Road Safety Agency anaasɛ authority yɛkɔ ɔmo akakye ɔmo de kɔkɔbɔ kɛseɛ ɛde ababa bɛto dwa na kɔkɔbɔ no emu ɔhye kakra enti yɛbɛmɔmɔ because sɛsie no car paa ɛwɔ Ghana ha yɛhu sɛ amanfoɔ dodoɔ na ɛtɔ no ɛyɛ Toyota Voxy ɛne Noah car baako de Voxy na baako de Noah saa cars mmienu wei ɛna Ghana for ɛtɔ paa na saa cars ya start a ɛm sɛ ɛba betu tete no ne ɛka sprinter onya tenemu a ne ɛbɔ ɛdamrokumu nyuma ne ɛbɛbɔ from Kumasi to Accra ubetie saa no aba bedru ebetu sprinter mo ne some other buses a ya underline omo sɛ omo de omo tanya nkwanhyia no ɛm sɛ saa Vox no ni Noah no omo ɛba betu omo enti sɛ no the National Road Safety Authorities no omo de nsɛm abetu dwa omo ɛde warning kɛseɛ ɛkɔ the ama passengers and drivers. Yes, this is the update from Pinax TV. You don't see how you better also shortly as I the amount.